As they say it's been emotional. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for being here. We're going to get straight into it. So we have quite a few Legacy Club directors joining us here today. We have Dania, as I said, who's here. We have Evie, who's the Legacy Club for Athens, who is joining us also in Amman because, as I said before, Evie gets every opportunity she can to travel the world and explore new Legacy Clubs. We have Jerome, who is our new Legacy Club director for Geneva in Switzerland. We have Sirisha. Great to have you here, Sirisha, from Mumbai.
Hi.
In India. How are you, Sirisha?
I'm doing great, Bernardo. How are you? How's everyone there?
Well, everyone's good. Everyone's good. And then I've got Brian and Janice, who've just literally caught a plane to land on time all the way from Canada. So they've just got back to their homeland. So thank you, Brian and Janice, for making it. You look great, Janice. Brian, obviously, you look a little bit haggard.
How did I know that was coming?
Makeup is a miracle when you've been awake for 24 hours.
Hey, okay, great. And then we have Marina, and we have Marina who's in Surrey, and we have Hugh from Mid-Ulster. Now we've got also, I'm just trying to get Michael Butler, who's telling me he's here. So I'm going to add him also as a panelist. So Michael Butler, who is all over the place. This man is always traveling. He represents us in Carlsbad. Where are you now, Michael?
Albuquerque, New Mexico, on my way to Dallas.
Of course you are. You're like Willie Fox. You are always traveling. All right, great,
Good
guys.
afternoon, good morning, everyone.
Well, thank you so much. Have I missed anyone out? Louise is here as well, our new Legacy Club director for London. You're here, aren't you, Louise?
Hi, yes, I'm here.
All right, perfect. Good to see
To be here.
you. Good to see you. And then we have Candice, our Legacy Club director in Calabasas. Hey, Candice.
Hi, Bernardo. Hi, everyone.
How you doing?
Very well, thanks.
Very good. Glad you can make it. Okay, guys. So listen, we're going to get into material because I want you all to have an opportunity to say a few words and explain who you are. So I'm going to do a very brief introduction. I'm not going to bore you too much explaining who I am and what I do, but I just obviously kind of to position where we are with this concepts and idea of Legacy Club. And this summit that we're doing is the idea behind it is to create a little bit or a lot more awareness around our objectives, our mission, and why we came up with this. So I think the idea of the Legacy Club has come from my experience in running big personal development events for the last 10, 11 years. And as I've said quite a few times, more than 60, 70,000 people have attended all the different workshops, more than 700 speakers. I've met a few, worked with a few. It's safe to say that I do have some expertise when it comes down to personal development. And the idea is to explain how this concept came. And it's come obviously with the idea and the intention of something that I felt that was missing. I'm going to also share the idea of the big dream, the big vision of this Legacy Clubs around the world, and how I'm blessed to have a lot of these directors and directors that are supporting the cause and committed to the same ideas that kind of I came up with. But the purpose of this summit, as I said, is to create awareness and to hopefully get you all to become part of it in some way. And so there's going to be two polls. I'm going to share one with you shortly, just to give me some kind of clarity of who you guys are, what your background is, and what your expertise is. I'll ask you a second poll at the end to see kind of what you feel or how you feel this might work for you. So the idea of the Legacy Club came because I really believe that if personal development stands for anything, it really stands for education, for learning, to help others to potentially, grow as individuals and to help people find their purpose. That's why, motivational speakers, coaches, trainers, mentors, that's why they do what they do. And I believe that if ultimately we do that is because we want to leave something behind. We want to help people. But how much time do we actually spend focusing on what that is? There's all these business networks where people meet in these soulless meetings, to exchange business cards, to literally, potentially do business only. And there's nothing wrong with that. But I think we have to go into a deeper level. And I think the Legacy Clubs come, and what we've really identified is that I think we all need support. It's very difficult to do it on your own. Very, very difficult. And I think we're all, if we identify something throughout all these legacy clubs, or I've managed to identify something, is the fact that people are looking for support, but they also are looking for love. You know, we ideally want people to help us. We want to help people. And I think that we have a lot of that missing. I'm really hoping that as we move forward and as the legacy clubs grow more around the world, we really focus on that purpose of helping people find their purpose, helping people identify what their legacy is, start making a real difference. And then obviously that's just going to make us and make the whole thing, you know, be a lot more solid. One of the anchors that we use at the Best of Legacy, everything we do from a place of love. And that's what we do. We do it from a place of love and honesty. So my dream and my vision of the Legacy Club started with this intention of how cool would it be with all this technology that we have at the moment. Isn't it necessary for us to turn the phones off, you know, just to sit in a room once a month, at least once a month, to disconnect and to connect with people? I think we need to look into each other's eyes, and we need to give people the attention that they need, because we're dictated by the phone, and we're dictated by a new Instagram message or whatever else is going on. And we don't spend enough time in building relationships anymore. And that's what I found. And now this concept and idea that, you know, started 9-10 months ago. Well, we have all these different Legacy Club directors and chapters around the world, and I'm going to share who these people are, and they're going to share their story and why they got involved. I want them to obviously share that with you. But what I have identified, it doesn't matter where it's been, and I've shared this, you know, when I was with Hugh in Mid-Ulster, or when I was with Brian and Janice in Belfast, you know, or when I've been here in Amman or in Athens. It doesn't matter, you know, it doesn't matter. I've always felt that connection, that level of connection, wherever we've been in a Legacy Club meeting, we really have connected in a much deeper level than that we do with anything else that I've done. And I'm talking about, you know, events like London, where I had 14,000 people, and you can imagine the energy is great there. But the energy we've created in these safe havens has been absolutely beautiful. And the first thing I want to do, and I want to take the opportunities to thank each and every one of you, because I you know, I want you to know that I really appreciate you supporting me in this. And I think I was explaining to Evie today that it doesn't matter, you know, I've obviously had hundreds of people speaking, exhibiting, attending courses and all sorts of things, but the level of connection I have with you guys and the love that I feel from you, and also the support that I feel from you, is really important to me. But thank you for the work that you're doing, and I'm really thankful and grateful for kind of, you know, sharing this vision with me. And it's just the beginning, because the way I see it, I see us having thousands of Legacy Clubs around the world. I see us having tens of thousands of members around the world. I see us having expos all over the world. I see us as all Legacy Club directors dictating the new future, the new reality of personal development. And I see us, you know, connecting in a much deeper level and making sure that personal development works, that personal development really helps, and personal development does what it has to do. Because if we don't address the issues that we have out there, you know, which is obviously, you know, so many issues, mental health, suicide, you know, global warming, slavery, you name it, there's just so many things that we need to address. And what I want to do with our members and all our chapter directors is to create a directory where we can all help and take action, to do something, to participate. Because a lot of the times I think what we've also identified is people don't actually know how they can help. So I believe it's important. I believe it's essential. I think when you look at the BNIs and you look at all the other platforms, which are great, don't get me wrong, I think what we're doing is necessary. It's essential. And I've said this many times, and I know I've been in some meetings with 8 people, and I've been in other meetings with 40, 50 people. The level of connection, and if you and I or any of us chapter directors have been able to inspire someone with a thought or provoking idea, we are already leaving a legacy. You know, we are already leaving a legacy. If we can inspire someone with a word, with a kind word, which is also, you know, forms of love, you know, that's going to literally ignite, you know, a potential future. We just don't know the ripple effect of what we are doing now. We don't know the ripple effect of what we're doing now, but I'm telling you, it's needed. I'm telling you, this is, I believe, is the next big thing. And if we don't spend more time on really helping each other to find our legacy and to start making a difference, as I said, I don't really think that personal development really counts for much. And that's a big statement, but I believe in it. So part of what I wanted to do, first of all, is I'm going to have to put my glasses on, because I try to read without it, and it doesn't work. Yes, Michael, I know you're giving me a thumbs up because you've got glasses on and you know where I'm coming from. But listen, the idea here is that we have already a number of. Hi, Ursula. How are you doing? Good to have you here. Love that smile. Ursula is our Legacy Club Director in Temecula. So the first thing I wanted to do is I wanted to go through all of you, and I've said this. One of the things that was really interested in me is that I know we've all said this, and I've said this, and maybe you'll believe in it. I think you nodded your head, but I know you all agree. We all believe in serendipity. I think we all believe that things happen for a reason. We connect with people, we listen to a book, we listen to a TED talk. Something happens for a reason. And you guys, the people that are here on this webinar today, are here for a reason. The people that are watching the recording are here for a reason. The people that didn't watch it, hey, you're here. You're not here for another reason. I don't know what that is, but I really believe that kind of the quality of the people that I've attracted has just been so beautiful. And what I wanted to share with anyone that wants to find out a little bit more is I wanted them to share, all my Legacy Club directors, I wanted to share very briefly who they are, what they do, and why they've got involved in the legacy. So I'm going to ask them all questions. I want them to introduce themselves, but I'm telling you, the caliber of the people that we have running these Legacy Club directors is just phenomenal. The training, the connections, the work ethic, the passion, the commitment. Because these guys aren't doing Legacy Club directors. They're not running a Legacy Club chapter, to retire by the end of the year. Trust me, this is costing these guys money. It's costing them money, time, in order to do them. They do it because they believe in the same kind of things that I do. But I want to give them an opportunity for them to explain very briefly kind of who they are. So I'm going to start literally just because it's going to be easier for me to start alphabetically. Candice.
Hello.
Hey, Candice. How you doing?
Fantastic. So I'm just supposed to, are you asking questions or am I?
Yeah, I'm going to ask you. I'm going to ask you. So basically, if you can just tell me, what is it you do for a living, Candice? What is it you do? What's your hobbies?
Right now, I'm a serial entrepreneur. I'm in between ending a business and starting a new business currently. And this came across my email and I just fell in love with the entire concept of Legacy Clubs. And
why did you become a Legacy Club director? Because I know you're a busy lady.
Basically, I'm in networking groups already, and a lot of them were very linear to me, like about building your business. Like you said, getting cards and just building your business. Whereas this one was like more well-rounded, something I was looking for, something that not only was making an impact on yourself and being balanced, but also locally in your chapter and in the world. And that just was incredible to me.
Well, thank you. Candice, you're doing a great job. Candice is our Legacy Club director in Calabasas. I've been there to a couple of meetings, great energy, great members, really good quality people you have there. And what did you think is the purpose when it comes down to, what is your purpose when it comes down to leaving a legacy?
Well, my purpose is when you have conversations, going back to like the Anthony Robbins, where energy flows, attention goes. And that's what I have found with all my meetings, just by bringing awareness and discussions about legacy and about impact is just broadening everyone's mind and view. And we're just have made a lot of impact and inroads this year alone. When you think back to what we've accomplished just inside each other and again in our local communities, and now I can't wait for everyone here to make a difference in the world.
Perfect, thank you. And why do you think someone should actually be part of this, either as a member or join or get involved?
Well, from my experience, we attract people that are heart-centered, successful people who are always curious and want to grow and willing to learn. If you want to make a difference, if you want to just keep growing as a person.
Okay, I lost you there for a minute.
To make an impact.
Okay, darling. Well, thank you so much. As I said, Candice is running the Legacy Clubs in Calabasas, doing a great job. Fantastic quality members. I've been to a couple of them, and it's just very exciting. So, Louise, and I know some of you new directors haven't actually met Louise. So, Louise is going to be running London. Louise has got a phenomenal track record already professionally, and And I remember seeing your CV when you applied, Louise, and I thought, well, wow, what a great asset. So please tell us a little bit about who you are, what you do.
Well, thank you, Bernardo. I'm really excited to be here. Yeah, my background's been for 28 years in, therapeutic, all the different therapeutic methods. So I trained in psychology and then got interested in psychotherapy. So I qualified as a psychotherapist and then thought there's got to be a quicker way to fix people. So I got into the subconscious mind and hypnosis and NLP. And I've gone on from there to specialise in running 2 clinics for mental health and really just to develop holistically. So I'm in London a couple of days a week and I live in the beautiful countryside in Suffolk. So I'm fortunate to run a practice here. And the other side of my business is training, which I'm really passionate about. So helping people to do what I do. So I run a professional hypnotherapy and training course, and that's what I do professionally. I have a passion just to mix with people. I'm always involved in local communities and different projects. And when I came across the Legacy Club, I just thought, this is just fantastic. This is me, bringing like-minded people together and creating the best versions of ourselves. So yeah, that's me.
Yes. So why did you become a Legacy Club? What in particular interested or attracted you? Was you, as I said, you're quite busy. You've got a busy practice.
Because I do like to get out of the practice, which is myself on my own with my clients, and come together with other like-minded people. I do often go out to corporate businesses and do talks. I just like to be involved with like-minded people, and I just thought this was a fabulous fit for me moving forward, and meeting lots of other people in the world and making a difference. So yeah.
So what would your focus be when it comes down to leaving a legacy? What is your intention? What would you like to leave behind?
I think for me, it's just knowing that you can make a difference, whether that's just to one person's life or hundreds of people's lives. It's just sharing your own knowledge and skills, and not to just keep that to yourself, but to make that difference. So I think every day, just to leave that little bit of a legacy, like that light bulb moment that comes on for someone.
Brilliant. Well, Louise, excited to have you aboard. I hope I see you while I'm in London, when we're going to be running a Legacy Club meeting during the NLP courses. And then apart from that, obviously, we want to kickstart heavily London now moving forward, because I'm going to be spending a little bit more time over here. So thank you so much for being here. I appreciate that. Now, Evie. So Evie is my Legacy Club director in Athens. I also had the pleasure of going over to Athens and, get that phenomenal hospitality. And it was pretty surreal that I was talking, there at the Legacy Club with so many great philosophers, and everything comes from Greece. I must tell you, and if you don't know, I'm going to tell you right now, Evie's going to remind you every single thing that's Greek. Okay. So there's so much culture in Greece, and it was just beautiful to have Evie. Evie, thank you so much. Briefly introduce yourself, who you are, and what you do. You do many things.
What a great experience, this global meeting. It's a great experience. As you said, I'm Evie, I'm from Greece. I'm the Best You Legacy Director in Athens. What am I doing? The most I connect with people, and the most I connect with myself. The more I know myself, the fewer words I use to describe myself. So I would only simply say that I'm a teacher. And I feel that I teach people how to connect with others, and most importantly, how to connect with themselves. I help them to discover, to accept, to love, and to reconnect with what they truly are. I have a system. The system is called do Evie from my name, as you can understand, but it is the first letters of emotional validity integration. And I use a method, the root. The root is a method with which I help people step by step to find and reconnect with their true self. This is what I'm doing. And I'm doing sessions, workshops, seminars, mostly in Greece, but the last few years, internationally.
Well, I loved how you described yourself. I love that opening of how the wiser we get, the fewer words we need to describe ourselves. I love that. I wish some people learned that in some places, because they really have some long spiels, as they say. So why did you become a Legacy Club director, Evie?
Bernardo, I don't know. It was a feeling telling me that this is a great part, this is a great idea, this is a great part of my life purpose. The Legacy Club is a means to fulfill my life purpose. And I have learned to trust my feelings. So I followed that feeling, and that's why I became the best youth legacy director of Greece, of Athens. It was a very strong feeling telling me, do it. And
Well,
my running the Legacy Club up until now shows me that this feeling was right.
Well, thank you. And I've got to say, one of the beautiful things that I have found, and I've shared this already briefly, but whenever I've been to a Legacy Club meeting, the connections we make in them, but I'm talking about, you know, I think we were talking this with Dania as well, is about, it's about humanity. It's about connecting humans. So I'm there in a room full with, and actually it was all ladies. There was only two men, me and the cameraman, okay?
And Thanasis, don't forget.
Oh, sorry, Thanasis did come as well. Yes, sorry. So it was three men there, and all the women. And you know what? I'm saying things, and all of a sudden, and they're saying things, and we both understood each other. We were understanding each other. There was just this level of connection and love, and it was just beautiful. And
it was out of love.
It was.
And this makes everything. And I have to say that for this 6 months, this group of people is now a team.
Yeah, yeah.
We have a very strong basis, and this is very, very important.
And I think that's something that we've experienced. And I know, you know, Brian and Janice have been running it for quite some time, and Hugh they will share that as well. Is that it takes time, but you know, within a couple of months, you know, we start building these beautiful communities of people that love and help and support each other. You know, and big grown men, you know, opening their hearts and saying things that they probably never shared before. You know, and I know you've shared that, but that's great. Evie, just to finish with you, why should people get involved in something like this?
Why? It's a great step, a great opportunity to connect, to collaborate, to help each other, to share their ideas, their experiences, their feelings. And people like this connection, because loneliness is something that is the biggest fear of most people. So by connecting in this way, they feel that they are not alone. They have around them like-minded people that may be from another country, but have the same fears, the same feelings, the same experiences, and this is great. We are all one. We are a part of this world, and this world is a part of us. And that's why people need to enter this wonderful world of the Legacy Clubs.
Thank you, Evie. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for being so lovely. Brian and Janice Muldoon, So Brian and Janice, as I said, it may not look it, but Janice has just come off a plane, 26 hours flying. Brian, it does look like he's been on a plane. I love these two. Okay, I love Brian and Janice. We've been working together for a very long time. They've been involved in the Best You Expo. Well, so has actually Evie. Evie's been speaking at the Best You Expo, and well, I've been working with Brian and Janice a long time. So not only they're Legacy Club directors, they've been supporters of the cause from moment one when I shared the idea with them, and they said, "I'm in." So, and here they are. So, Brian, Janice, give us a quick introduction. Tell us who you are, what you do.
Well, thank you very much. Yeah, I'm going to do the talking because Brian, he does look disheveled and he has a cold. Poor Brian.
He doesn't.
So
I'm just teasing him. He looks great.
Yeah, I'm like, why are you agreeing with it?
So we're Brian and Janice Muldoon. We both have a coaching background. We work primarily with small business and individuals to help them grow their businesses online through online marketing, things like that. And like you said, as soon as you told us about the opportunity with the Best You Legacy Club, we were totally on board because we have been involved with the expo for the last 3 years. And it was just very in line with the kind of people that we are. We love the personal development space and making those important connections.
Brilliant. And you've done a great job in Belfast from when you started. You know, I went there, I remember, for the launch. And then you've started with your morning meetings and, you know, small meetings, but still extremely powerful. And you were sharing, you know, some of the experiences that you've had there, which is just beautiful to hear. So why in particular did you become, or why did you both become a Legacy Club director? And I mean, what is your purpose as far as leading a legacy? Because I know they're obviously interlinked.
Yeah. Well, I think the biggest thing for us was we saw a great opportunity, like you had mentioned earlier. We've been involved in other networking sort of meetings, and as much as it's great to come together and do business, we really felt that we wanted to get involved with something more. So when you explained the concept of it, we were just like, it's a perfect opportunity for people to come together, but in a deeper way. Like what we've been finding since we've been running our meetings since the beginning of the year, there are people doing business together, which is wonderful, but it's coming from a place of meeting every month and getting to know each other, really having deeper connections rather than just that passing the business card, you know. So we really feel fantastic that we're able to build that community in the city, the place that we live.
Yeah, and one of the things I wanted to point out is that you in particular, and I know quite a few you have been, but you in particular, Janice, you were involved in the BNI previously, so you've got a lot of experience when it comes down to networking, don't you? Or haven't you?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I was a BNI director for a while, and yeah, I like I said, I Brian and I both very much are people. So we like getting out and mingling and meeting other business people and things like that. And it was a really great experience for me to do that. But like I said, whenever we saw the concept of the Legacy Club with bringing more to it, you know, more of the personal development, more of really finding your purpose deeper on a deeper level than just building your business, you know, really building all the areas of your life at the same time and really sharing and making those connections.
Thank you. And why should people get involved in either, you know, being involved as a member or director or as a legacy in the Legacy Club?
Well, I would say, I mean, our experience so far with our meetings is every single time that we have one, and we've attended a couple of your meetings and we've attended a couple of Hugh's meetings, there's always that same feeling that people come away from it just feeling really fired up, really inspired. You know, they've taken that 2-3 hours out of their month to really focus on what really matters to them, what they can be doing. You know, we're starting to talk, like we've been discussing, I'm sure you're going to talk about that later, you know, supporting different causes, what we can be doing to get involved with things and giving back. And it really, it makes people feel great. Everybody goes away at the end of that couple of hours smiling, feeling great, and really looking forward to getting together the next month and focusing on where they're putting their energy.
Perfect. Thank you. Thank you, Janice. And yes, for some of you that are, you know, coming in today and not knowing why you've got all these faces and heads popping up, just a very brief description. The idea of the Legacy Club is to help people ultimately find their purpose, but we do that at the same time when we network, support, and help each other. So there's three parts to a legacy. The first part is a networking, where we do it in a very specific format, where we literally, you know, coach and support each other in the way that we do it. This is who I am. This is what I do. This is what I need some help with. And the feedback is, this is what I love. This is what I didn't love. This is what I would do differently. The reason we do it that way is because we're coaching, as I said, with the feedback that we're giving. We leave the egos outside. Everything we do with love and honesty. We turn our mobile phones off. And that's the format of the first part. The second part is a legacy. Every speaker that comes to a legacy is an inspirational speaker. It's not a speaker that they're to sell to you. It's a motivational, inspirational speaker that will hopefully trigger something in your mind to get you to start thinking, hey, if he did or she did, why can't I? And then if not, anyway, why couldn't you support? And then the idea is to help each and every one of you. And then what every Legacy Club director is doing is then looking at what you guys want to do. So they're looking at locally how they can be of service, how they can support. And that's why either they raise money, they go and work in kitchens, they do things. But it's going to be a really important part of the app that we're developing, where people can literally sign up and literally work as a coach in South America, or go and work in this specific field or whatever. But we want to make that very easy for people to do. The third part of the Legacy Club meeting is the skills, because again, we are an organization dedicated all around personal professional growth. So the third part of it is providing you skills to go out there to improve your life, to become a better communicator, to have more confidence, more self-esteem, whatever it is. And that's the beauty, that each and every one of these Legacy Club directors have phenomenal expertise, either as coach, mentors, trainers, therapists, and that's what they do. So that's the format. And as Janice was saying, that's kind of what we're experiencing. So Dania. So Dania has done a lot of training with us over the years. I met Dania at the Best You Expo. She came to see me. She was one of the VIP customers. There was a big, massive queue, but Dania ran right to the front of the queue and said, "You have to speak to me." It was, "I'm Dania." And I said, "I don't know who you are. I have 14,000 people here, but I will speak to you in a minute." But then anyway, I don't know. I met Dania, because obviously once you meet Dania, you can never forget Dania. And then Dania said to me, I don't know if it was an hour later or 2 hours later, but it wasn't far much later. She says, "You and I are going to work together." I said, yes. Of course, I've heard this before. Anyway, here I am in Amman, in Jordan, running a Legacy Club with her. So Dania's done a lot of training with NLP Life Training. She's got some phenomenal skills. She's got, great personality. And I'm delighted to have her on board, Dania. So please, very briefly, share who you are, what you do, and what your passions are.
Hi, my name is Dania. I've done a lot of training and outside with the healing and personal development and trying psychology, school discipline for children, different, what do you call them, the psychological ways of thinking, how to deal with difficult people. So throughout my life, I reached the NLP and I loved it. So I became a master prac and all the rest, licensed coach. The reason why is because I feel that the personality plays the biggest role in dealing with others. I mean, you can just convince anyone with anything if you have the skills. Almost anyone. We're different human beings, and you shared some of the thoughts, which are the feelings. And I think that is the most thing that people need to feel and give. Like, you always need someone to feel that they care about you, and you need to show others that you care about them. And people like to talk about themselves, because no matter what state of mind you're in, but once you want to say something about you, if you're happy to say it, you're like, even if you're not, you're so excited and you want to share it, or either you want someone to sympathize with you, or you want someone to feel you. So I do believe that the best thing about the Best You Expo, of course, I said it before and again, I loved how you organize things, and you're all over the place, and you're taking care of everyone, and you're there. I loved the directors. They're amazing. The ones I met, they are pure, wonderful hearts. And as Candice and, help me, Candice and, Brian and...
I think you met Hugh, didn't you? You met Hugh at the expo.
And I met...
And you met Brian and Janice. I believe you met them both at the expo.
What they were saying, they said many things that we feel the same. And Evie, of course, and now she's here with us. The word is give from the heart, and to do everything possible. We need to socialize, get out of whatever we do happy. That is our aim. And to me, the most purpose I want to do, and I know I can and I will, in my country, is to bring people together instead of working on each other, to work together. And I think it just started. The vibes are coming. People are texting me. So people are looking for that because they don't know how. Sometimes they know the thing is right in front of you, but you don't know how to reach it. They need someone to help them go out and reach it and support and keep connected. So I love that about the Best You Legacy Club, and to use our techniques that we learned in everything, because you can use everything there, and to help bring the best in each and every one of us.
Well, listen, we were at the Legacy Club here in Amman the other day, and one of the things that connected with all of them, because the energy in the room was pretty electric. And for me, it's beautiful because, I always said, look, I would love all of you, and it would make sense for all of you to become members, because I just don't know what else you would do if you don't think that you deserve 3 hours a month to spend some time on yourself. What could be more of a priority? And we share some of those facts: 27 years sleeping, 7 years watching television, 4 years on social media. There's so much crap, stupid things that we do, and we don't focus on the important things, which is building these relationships. But one of the things that we talked about, and I know it's hit home with a lot of us, is when we started speaking to the people in the room and the members about teaching these techniques, running these networking groups, the legacy clubs for teenagers. That was something, again, that connected in such a deep level with all of them. Remember that, you are a source of inspiration to your kids. You are a source of inspiration to your colleagues, and having, but I think we've all identified that the quicker and the sooner we can start building our members, and then getting the members to start inviting, their teenage kids to attend, quarterly, to attend these meetings and be involved in it. It will just be extremely powerful. I got to meet your son, and he's such a beautiful, human being, and you can see the potential he has. And I can only imagine how great it would be for him to be part of this as well. It's just, that was great. That was great. So, Dania, just to basically, so why do you think people should get involved in this? And I know we've got a lot of new members signing up from here, because you had a great bunch of people. Well, why should people join?
Oh, many reasons. Like, to start with, to connect with new people, to discover new ideas, to be able to find what others might think, because you need to see different people's behavior, ways of thinking, connecting, to learn more, to bring new ideas, because there's always the possibility of not just staying where we are, is to evolve more and learn from other members, learn from anyone, and add it up, because we can do that big connection. The more it becomes bigger, the more it will become, I don't think there are limits anyways, to bring our children, because I think everyone cares about the youth and the children. This is a very important aspect. And to share everyone's background of knowledge, no matter who learned what, you must miss on something, the other will add it up for you, or share it with you, and you learn more. It helps you on your personal level, with your work, with your family. You're always learning. Around the hour, you're learning.
Thank you, Donnie. Thank you very much. Hugh McClendon, where are you, my friend? Did you say you're at home?
I'm at home for a few hours anyhow, Bernardo.
Yeah, Hugh's always traveling all over the place. I met Hugh at, several times. Did we meet the first time at the NLP training?
I think so, yeah. I think we've probably spoken a few times before that, but last October was the first time we actually met.
Yeah, so we met Hugh, great entrepreneur, travels all over the place. He's been into personal development a long time. Hugh's also been a BNI director in the past, so has a lot of experience when it comes down to networking. He used to do, groups, gathering together, reading books. We both identify that one of the first books, or one of the best books we read, was Change Your Life in 7 Days with McKenna. But Hugh, I think you do a great job. I love the format. I love the sense of community that you already built with your people in Mid-Ulster. So share a little bit about yourself, who you are, what you do.
Yeah, well, my background has been professional sales and marketing for 30 years, Bernardo. 27 years a student of personal development, because I believe we're always learning. 21 years self-employed, multiple businesses and business interests. some good times, some not so good times, you know, but everything that we do in life is a learning experience. And perhaps probably one of the best things about the Legacy Club is that it gives like-minded individuals the opportunity to get together and brainstorm, you know, and we've been going now probably for several months active here in Mid-Ulster. And there's such a great sense of camaraderie developing out off the back of it. You know, we have business coaches in it, we have spiritual coaches in it, we have NLP practitioners in it, we have Reiki masters in it, we have, you name it, counselors, people from all walks of life. We have business people in it as well. And just, I think the one thing that unites us all is that determination to, you know, be the best version of ourselves, but to help as many people as we possibly can along the road. You know, there's none of us perfect, and lots of us have made loads of mistakes, and we're learning from those mistakes all the time. But one of the difficult things that I found many years ago about being self-employed, or there's a number of things, but one of the most difficult things is being able to release pressure or stress that you don't even realize is building up on you. And as recently as our last couple of group sessions, you know, we have had people who literally have got very, very emotional during the session simply because of the opportunity to release pressure that's just not possible to release in a home environment. It's other pressure in the home, shared with a family member. They usually get, you know, an emotional reaction. They don't get an objectional reaction. And I noticed that one of the people typed in the group chat here a short time ago, you know, about, you know, being able to come together and just do that, just let go, open that pressure valve, you know. And whether there's, you know, well, thankfully we have had a good few, our attendances have been consistent, you know, but even if there's just one person turns up, you know, that one person needs to be there. And we had a situation just this week gone past where one of our coaches had a cancelled client, and they had postponed coming to the event because they had a client booked in, and the client then cancelled on them. So they finished up coming to the event. Mm-hmm. And they just said at the end of it, I just knew that cancellation had to happen because I got so much from being here tonight. It was just unreal, you know. So, and it genuinely touches you. Like you just get so much from it. It's just, you know, I know it's an old adage, what you give out, you get back, but there's no doubt about it. We get as much, if not more, from just being present and facilitating that as we would, you know, for anything else, you know.
Well, and thank you, Hugh. And I've, as I said, I've experienced this, and I know, I mean, you know, kind of, there's a lot of issues. When do you get the chance to speak? To be honest, when do you get the chance to kind of like have a chat? Because you can't call having a chat with the mates when you're having 6 pints in the pub. Do you know what I mean? It's not the same idea, is it? And I think that's the challenge. But apart from that, I think kind of the format that we do it, you know, when we sit people around the table, and I love, you know, kind of when you have 5 or 6 people and you let them get on and do the exercise. This is what I am, so what I do is what I love. You know, sorry, this is what I am, so what I do is I need some help with. And then the feedback comes back, and then we say no feedback on the feedback. And then you let them work on the table, and then we say no feedback on the feedback. But isn't it amazing from when we start the exercise to when we finish 30 minutes later, you can just feel the volume of the room just grow. And all of a sudden you can just see how they are all ultimately friends. And all of a sudden they're colleagues, and they love each other, and they loved each other's story. I mean, this happened in Amman. We were the other day, and one of the tables, which hasn't happened as far as I know, you might have experienced it. So one of the tables created such a close bond that they actually created a WhatsApp group between them, just literally around the table. They created a WhatsApp group between them. There was another group of people that actually knew each other, but realized they didn't know each other. So kind of like they had, oh my God, I've known her for years and I just didn't know these things about her. Why? Because I've never asked her these questions, you know? And what I need some help with obviously starts with what I need help with professionally, but it starts evolving to what I need personally, you know, as the meetings go by. So
we had a situation a couple of weeks ago. We had a situation 2 sessions ago where it got that intense and that in depth. We're using a business center, and 45 or 50 minutes after we were due to leave, the janitor came looking for us to see if there was any chance we could go home, because they had kids to live somewhere. But it just, I mean, time just, when you get in there, the time becomes irrelevant so quickly, like, you know. So you see the importance of setting perhaps timers, but it just literally, it's a measure of the reaction and the interaction between the people in the groups. Like, that time just becomes an irrelevance, you know.
So Hugh, with your experience, as I said, as an entrepreneur, because you used to do, you know, you used to read books and stuff like that, you know, cover personal development books with groups of people, and having involved in BNI, why is the difference, and why should people get involved?
Yeah, well, I just think the key thing really is, you know, I think you touched on it right at the very start, Bernardo. We talked about it before. Is, you know, it's just not another business network. You know, it's about the people. It's about the person. It's about, you know, the depth of the person, and there's just so much that we can give back from the Legacy Club when you talk about creating legacy. And certainly, it's something that most people are so busy living that it's not something that they take time to even think about. You know, what is that legacy likely to be, or what is that epitaph likely to be somewhere down the road, you know. So I think the Legacy Club definitely provokes and stops you for a moment to stop and think about what it is, or where you're positioned in life, or where you're going in life, you know. And I think even I have found myself, I mean, I have found the Legacy Club quite challenging, because within our peer group now, you know, I'm accountable the same as everyone else within our group, you know. And as you make yourself accountable, you know, I mean, I have literally found myself in the last 6 months asking many questions of myself, simply because of the feedback from the group, you know. So, and there's no place to hide, you know. And as I said earlier on, you can't get that accountability with your family. You can't get it with your best mate down the pub. You can't get it with anywhere else, simply because the people are holding you to account because they care, you know. And the more, the greater the trust that you and the bond that you build in the group, you know, we're building a legacy and a lasting friendship that'll last the rest of our lives, you know.
Yeah, brilliant. Thank you so much, Hugh, and thank you for the great work you're doing. I'm going to take this opportunity. I'm going to continue. I'm going to ask Jerome to share a few, but I wanted just to put this poll out there quickly. It's just some questions, just to give me some kind of understanding of who's listening here today. So I'm just launching this poll quickly. Answer it when you can. It's going to be there for a bit. No rush. Jerome, so tell me. So Jerome, I met at we met at the NLP practitioner, master practitioner, well, both. Practitioner. Okay, and so Jerome's based in Switzerland. He's he's a coach, but apart from that, he coaches people, you know, how to climb silly mountains in order to kind of build, you know, kind of this sense of community and I can. And obviously, kind of when we spoke quite a few times about the Legacy Club, and I just loved. I thought, well, how cool would it be? Because boys and girls and boys, señores y caballeros, ladies and gentlemen, and I can't say madame et monsieur, part of the reason of the Legacy Club is you really have to remember that because you're dealing with like-minded individuals, you all have to identify that this is a network, and I want you all as members to connect with other members. That's why we have our own network, and we're building an app to have it all even more enclosed and have it all accessible for all of you. You'll have all the online content, you'll have everything else. And I'll explain a little bit more about that. But the important thing is you just don't know. I mean, there's a member there that you might be able to do some work with, you might be able to connect with. But most importantly, all the Legacy Club directors, I mean, you know, for example, Evie is doing one of her meetings. She's doing it in Santorini. I mean, excuse me. What better excuse to put a travel expense to run over to run a Legacy Club in Santorini? Or you can go and climb a mountain up in Switzerland with your own. Or you know, go and see Michael in Carlsbad because they'll introduce you to everyone. Or go in and spend some time with the lovely Sirisha in Mumbai. Or, oh my God, come over to Jordan because this place is absolutely phenomenal. And that's the great thing about this Legacy Club. You guys, I'm hoping you don't miss the point. This is a bigger picture. And as the Legacy Clubs grow, we will then start doing things together. I know that the Legacy Club directors are already connected with each other. You know, hey, you're meeting each other and you might be working with each other. It's just the beginning. So there's so many exciting opportunities coming. with the idea again. And as we have more members, we will be exploring in new legacy club direct more expos. So for example, right now, for those of you that may or may not know, we're doing an expo in LA. I'm now looking, because we do have an expo, sorry, we do have a legacy club in Dallas, but Laura is somewhere, but she's not here, but she is online, but she's not here. But Laura is running a perfect, beautiful legacy club in Dallas. And I'm looking now at doing an expo in Dallas. So ideally, the way I see it as we grow is we will start having more and more partners. For some of you that might be interested in speaking, some of you might be interested in exhibiting, some of you might be interested in getting involved. So please, the networking part of this, apart from what you're getting in the room when you meet these people, is really important. But where we're going with it is a really exciting part, I think, for all of us. So Jerome, please give me a brief introduction, who you are, what you do, and yeah, confirm where you are.
Yeah, so hi, thank you. So yeah, I'm going to start a legacy club in March in Geneva. I live on the French side of the border. But what do? I'm basically I'm an outdoor coach, so I do coaching outside because I think as you're a normal compass, if you know how a compass works, it gets disturbed by magnets, by electricity, etc. And I think it's the same with your inner compass in a way. So taking people outside to help them, as we've heard a few times, become a better version of ourselves, I think helps, and getting people out of the comfort zone to, yeah, basically step in a new world that they don't know and see how it is. And I think for me, the Legacy Club in a way is a bit like that, because as we're here, it's a networking place globally where we're connected to each other. We work on self-development, and yeah, I think it's amazing.
And so Jerome, where do you see, for example, for the legacy clubs that you're going to be doing with a great location that you are, why was it, and as I said, I know we had a couple of conversations, why did it attract it? Well, why were you interested in getting involved in running one over there?
I always thought that I wanted to do a bit more, than people normally think of themselves to be doing. Become a part of something bigger. And I think Geneva, which has the European headquarters of the United Nations, the Red Cross, World Health Organization, I mean, many multinational companies and organizations. I think there's, there's a reason for it. And I think, for me, Geneva has to be a sort of a special place where there are more people willing to and able to connect and to think about bigger dreams, share passions, and actually act on it, and try to make a better world.
Well, I think one of the exciting things for me is this. I mean, this summit that we're doing here now, where we've got all of you guys, and there's quite a few Legacy Club directors which aren't here today for several reasons. But one of the most exciting things for me is running the summit live. What I want us to do a 2-3 day summit where we eventually invite thought-provoking leaders and discuss kind of the future of personal professional growth, where we really connect, live, but also where we start, planting the seeds of what we could, or the impact that we could really create. And that's kind of some of the things I've shared. Who says we can't get 1 million signatures and present it to United Nations to start talking about specific causes? So I love that. And I just love the idea of having all these beautiful locations that you guys have as potential venues or places where we could run them. So that's a very exciting part for me. I've got Sirisha now, and is it you, Sirisha? That's yeah, you there?
I was talking without unmuting. Sorry. Hi, everyone.
So Sirisha is running the Legacy Club in Mumbai, and I've shared this story a couple of times. Sirisha, I can't wait to come to Mumbai, and obviously the idea is to launch. I can see obviously us, expanding into India in a very big way because, well, one, it's a big country, but apart from that, it's just, you guys are just like sponges, and I've known we've always had a fantastic Indian community doing a lot of NLP training with us over the years. But But you're phenomenal, Sirisha. You are. I've seen your training with us with NLP. I remember how you signed up and you were committed to it. It took you a couple of months to get it off the ground.
Yes, yes.
But you're extremely eloquent. You're very knowledgeable.
Thank you.
ex-BNI as well. And I don't know where I was. I think
Current BNI.
Pardon?
I'm a current BNI. I'm still in BNI.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay. So you're BNI, not X. You're still BNI. Brilliant. Bring them over. Bring them over.
I am doing that. Yeah.
Good. So I remember, I don't know, I think I was in LA or something, and I don't know if I was launching, but anyway, I was somewhere else. And all of a sudden, I had 2 or 3 legacy meetings happening in the 2 days or the day. And it was like the other day, I've shared this. It was just kind of surreal because, hold on a minute. So Michael's launching in Carlsbad today. Candice is running Calabasas today. And then I'm doing a man on Friday. I was on Monday in Surrey. It was just kind of like, oh my God, and Ursula was running one as well. So kind of like, all these things happening. So I was somewhere and all of a sudden I get a message, some photos. Oh, Sirisha's meeting. And I remember seeing the photos of your meeting in Mumbai. And it was just so beautiful. And it just hit home. I thought, oh my God, this is just so beautiful that on the other part of the planet, with all the Legacy Club branding and everyone there, you could see everyone really involved. The meeting room looked fantastic and the energy was great. So listen, congratulations. It was really, it was emotional for me just so far away to have a Legacy Club run by you and so well. So
I'm glad.
Thank you so much. Tell me a little bit about yourself and what you do.
Okay, so I'm a business coach. Me and my dad, who's also my co-director of the Legacy Club, but he doesn't really come for these meetings. So the both of us run a company called Citrines, and my dad's a master prac in NLP. I'm a licensed practitioner, hopefully very soon becoming a master practitioner in neurolinguistic programming. And our entire business coaching revolves around NLP. And my passion is to help people grow. Contribution is the highest value I have. So I launched Citrines so that we can act as a catalyst for people's success. And that's basically what I do. I ensure that people get successful, and NLP is a big part of it.
And why did you get involved? Because I remember when you were there, you pretty much made a decision quite quickly. But why did you think, and with your BNI background, why did you think this was it?
So I heard about the Legacy Club. I heard about Best You only when I was training for NLP. And I attended that evening session that you had, Bernardo, and it just hit home. You know, the things you said about people living their best lives, that hit home, and the Legacy Club itself, because I believe that a purpose is what makes your life fulfilling. It's not just about success. And being in BNI and working with small and medium enterprises, I realized that people are just running after money. They're just running after success and fame. And I know for a fact that when they get there, they're not going to be satisfied with their lives. And if I tell them that now, they aren't really going to understand it, because all they're looking at is that success and that fame and the rat race that they're in. So I wanted to do something that was long lasting. And the Legacy Club is something that I think will help people also at the same time work on their purpose, the why are we on this planet? Because by the time they become successful, if their why is not in place, they're not going to be fulfilled and they're not going to be happy. And I saw that starting a Legacy Club in India, especially in this kind of a scenario, would be a huge, how do you put this? It would actually be something really big that I could be doing for the country, for these small enterprises in the country, so that their future is not just about money, it's about something bigger.
Well, brilliant. As I said, I think you're doing an amazing job. I'm very excited of where we're going to be going with this.
Thank you.
What do you think ultimately, you would like, this Legacy Club to be for you in India? How do you see it evolving into what?
I see it growing pretty big. I mean, it's just one Legacy Club right now. And even that, just getting the word out there and getting people to shift from a business mindset, especially the ones in BNI, when they're talking all about business and exchanging referrals. just explaining to them that this is not about reference. This is about building a community where you help each other grow personally and professionally and leave that legacy. So bringing about that change in paradigm, bringing about that change of mindset is what I'm looking at, and grow to many, many more legacy clubs. That's what I'm looking at.
Brilliant. Well, I'm looking forward to come over there. I'm going to speak to Michael soon because Michael has a big community in India as well. And I want to share what a great asset Michael's going to be for all of us as well moving forward. I'm going to come back to you in a minute. Michael, are you free now? Did we catch you on the plane?
Yes, indeed I am.
Are you on the plane already?
Yeah.
Michael,
On the plane. Can you hear me now?
I can hear you now. Yeah.
Awesome, awesome. Well, I'm excited to be here.
Well, let me do a quick introduction to Michael. I met Michael at the Best You Expo in Long Beach a couple of years ago. Michael is a very established publisher who travels all over the world and, signed up some great authors and speakers. And I remember I met him and look, I love Americans because I'm spending a lot more time over there now. And I remember Michael came up and he was just so, he was so complimentary about the whole show. And he just said, some beautiful words and he came up and kind of like, we kind of hit it off straight away. And he said he wanted to get involved in a lot of the things that we do. But I remember from the beginning, he's always been a gentleman. He's a fantastic, phenomenal networker. I know he's had some contacts or he's developed some potential BNIs over there in the past. But Michael travels the world. I mean, he's literally traveling all over the world. He's got authors all over the world. And I think part of where we're going to be going, potentially, hopefully, helping me expand the Legacy Club and helping us expand the Legacy Club is with Michael's help in connecting with other people. But he's also a phenomenal asset for all of us, members and chapter directors, because he can help us with lots of things related to book publishing with his contacts that he has. So Michael, give us a little bit of explanation who you are, what you do.
Very excited. I think it's so much funner to work with others, and I've been watching you for a long time and came to London this year in February to see for myself what all the buzz is about, and traveling to 18 countries this year to launch our authors and support our authors at the book shows. And so I'm excited. Like you said, Long Beach, you were apologizing because you only had 5,000 people there or something. I said, there's a lot of people that have lived here their entire life that can't pull a crowd of 500, let alone 5,000, especially 3 or 4 weeks after you did London. So that was pretty phenomenal feat. So yeah, I've been observing, and they say in business, you don't take somebody's word for it. You take what others are saying. And so, I see a good brand built here. And so with where we're going globally, books in English, 76% of books in English are bought and consumed outside of the U.S. So, we're building networks. Robert Kiyosaki said the rich look for and build networks. And you and I will be speaking on a lot of stages this coming year together. And I'm excited about that. And very excited about our launch in Carlsbad with Tatiana. She's a full-time mom of 4 and a full-time student, so she couldn't make this call. But just to give a shout out, grew up in war-torn Serbia with bombs dropping everywhere at age 12. Every day going to the embassy to try to get a visa to come to U.S. 3 years later, they finally granted her permission. She went 20 years into the Marine Corps, retired Marine Corps gunnery sergeant, and she's helping me launch the Carlsbad Club. We had 13 at our first meeting, and our next one's October 16th. And Bernardo, hopefully you can speak at our November event. So we're very excited. Kudos on Iman, and just excited to be a part of a global movement. I think being on the ground floor like this is something that, and of course the LA Expo, very huge. By all means, every director, make a point to be here. I mean, you can write it off, make a vacation out of it. Bring your spouse, a friend, or a significant other, and let's just have a lot of fun and get to know one another. I really like the fact that Bernardo and the team here are building a community. And so we're excited to be plugging into that community with all of our networks, and definitely excited about Switzerland. And I've already been talking to people about Switzerland and your group starting up over there. So I just think it's a win-win. How can you lose?
Yeah, thank you, Michael. So yes, it's Michael and Tatiana. They're running our Best You Legacy Club in Carlsbad, which literally launched last week. And as I was saying, it was a pretty surreal moment because I was in Surrey on Monday. I was then Michael was launching in Carlsbad on Wednesday, and then I was here in Amman launching on Friday, plus the other Legacy Club meetings which were happening. So, you know, it's been exciting. I mean, but Michael, obviously, you know, he's got great contacts in South Africa. We're talking about that. He just gave a very important, interesting fact, which he shared with me previously. 76% of all the books that are written in English are sold out of the US. So kind of like, you know, this was one of the exciting things for me in us, you know, making sure that we get into the Indian market. You know, we really expand our legacy clubs over there, and also we explore how we can create more legacy clubs. We're talking about South Africa. So, you know, there's a lot of things happening in a very short period of time, and we're just literally going to continue to grow. Marina, so Marina Roberts is running the Best You Legacy Club in Surrey, and Marina's done a lot of training with us. She was involved in the Best You Expo this year, wasn't it, Marina?
Yes, it was earlier this year.
Yeah. So Marina spoke at the Best You Expo. She heard about the Best You Legacy Club. She literally said, yes, I'm in, but count me in. And it's taken her a couple of months to get going, but I was so delighted to be there with you the other day, Marina. And you had a beautiful group of people, and you had a great speaker. And I love the fact that you're doing it where you're doing it in Surrey. So congratulations. And I'm really excited to have you, you know, kickstarted your event. So tell us a little bit more about what you do and where your legacy club is.
Oh, my legacy club, as you said, is Surrey. The first time I attended the legacy club was in London. I came to see Bernardo just before, I think, the expo. So I just wanted to meet all these wonderful people. And I absolutely didn't expect what I saw at the meeting for the legacy club, because something was just absolutely amazing happening in the room. And it was like networking, but not like any networking I've seen in my life before. So I was really, really excited, and I decided, as you said, straight on the spot, now we need to bring that into Surrey. So we've got to do that straight away. My background is HR. I've been coaching for a few years. So I mostly work around personal performance and small business, working with people who want to promote their business by learning some bits of public speaking, doing talks and things like this. So that's my area. But I've always been passionate about young people and think that we can't really communicate to each other without misunderstandings, assumptions, and things like this. So I run workshops for people, helping them to to put themselves across as they are, to stop hiding behind these silly masks and just start talking to each other and be open. And that's exactly what I saw at the meeting at the Legacy Club. So I'm really excited that actually this is all starting in Surrey now, because people from completely different backgrounds and different jobs, professions, all walks of life come in, and all of a sudden they realize they're treated like individuals, that other people in the room and around the table are actually interested in who they are, and they're there to listen and to help. And it was just beautiful to see the connections, to see how people open up, and for the first time probably they share things they never shared before. So I was really, really happy with our first meeting. It was fantastic, and the feedback was amazing. A lot of people actually came back and said, "Oh, this is brilliant."
Yeah, no, brilliant. Thank you so much. And the truth is, I haven't heard any meeting from anyone anywhere that said that, you know, they just didn't get something great out of it, or the feedback was pretty, you know, phenomenal. So, and again, listen, boys and girls, you know, at the end of the day, what we do is we put ourselves out there to help people. And at the end of the day, you know, you want people to come and get involved and support and be part of the cause. You know, if at the end they decide not to, and they decide to prioritize on buying a handbag or a pair of shoes instead of, you know, spending whatever it is they've got to spend in order to kind of become a Legacy Club member, that's their call. At the end of the day, the fact is that we will all, and we do use this anchor, don't we, of you know, kind of the countdown, where we say that we're all here for a limited period of time. And the sooner we start identifying that, you know, we are here for a limited period of time, and we need to start focusing on what our legacy is before it's too late. You know, it's a reality. So where do you see, I mean, why should people, where do you see this going for you? Because I know you're doing a lot of things with schools, and that's obviously something else that you're very passionate, like Heavy, like a lot of the other people that work with teenagers and kids. So where do you see this going for you?
Yes, I'm trying to get into schools to help young people also to start you know, speaking up and finding their voice. But also I've been involved quite a lot in helping ex-military personnel with settling down and actually connecting to one another and not you know, not feeling isolated. So I'm at the moment, what I decided to do is actually I'm going to travel around Surrey, so I don't settle for one location. I'm going around different parts of Surrey, different towns, and connecting as many people as possible together. And I'm hoping that there are going to be more legacy clubs in Surrey, because Surrey is big enough to accommodate a few clubs, so that would be fantastic. But this, just to show people that networking doesn't have to be about coming here and sell my, you know, buy my stuff. I'm selling windows and you have to listen about windows for half an hour. Networking on the level of connecting and on level of helping one another is so much better and so much deeper, and you get so much more out of this, and the same as everyone in the room.
Perfect. Well, listen, thank you so much. I do want to ask or open this up in a minute. I want to share with you guys another opportunity. So one of the things, so I've shared the poll before. I do want to literally ask some of you as well, or we'll be sharing a little bit more information related to what it is to become a member, what it is to become a director. Obviously, as a member, what it is you become part of a network or part of the community of a legacy club in a city or town. You get access to all the best online content. You get 10% discount. You get the opportunities to take advantage of the platform in order for us to help you as a member to speak, to exhibit, you know, to build your brand, to connect with other legacy club directors, to help them build your brand, because there's phenomenal resources here. You know, all of us and all the legacy club directors have phenomenal expertise. So if you're going to go to anyone and ask for any help for anything professionally, I would start here. But apart from that, as I said, we've got the best you online content, more than 700 talks. We've got the Turning Pro. We've got NLP live talks. You know, there's a phenomenal access. You get access to any legacy club member. Sorry, you get access to any legacy club anywhere in the world. You can attend any. So that's one of the many perks of becoming a member. And it's only $1 a day. It's $365. And if some of you are watching and you're thinking, hey, you know what, I'm in this city or town, I might be interested in running one of these chapters myself. Well, there's an application, there's a form. So I will be sharing that with you guys. What I wanted to do is for some of you that might be interested in finding out a little bit more, I will share kind of another poll that we have. And that's just one that's going to simply allow me to kind of know what you might be interested in finding out a little bit more. So I just launched that one as well. For some of you that are watching here today, either obviously live, just click on it. Let me know what you might be interested in. We can provide you some more information. I will be sharing a link related to the Best You application form for some of you that want to get involved. But look, we're getting started, and there's so many more things. And I think what I'm loving about my connections with all the legacy club directors is that they're all bringing great ideas. You know, we're experiencing and learning new things on the ground. You know, so I know, you know, so for example, Evie has a countdown with the sander, you know, so kind of like a sound countdown. So she, you know, so then we know, and that we have our posters, which we have at the entrance of the rooms, which says, you know, turn your mobile phones off. Everything we do from a place of love and honesty. So we have certain anchors that we have in all our meetings, but we're learning as we go along, and we don't have necessarily all the answers. But what we will do is we'll drill down. We will drill down. There's an accountability factor. I know that for me personally, I want to see each and every one of my members or the people that come to my event. I want to help them. I want to support them. And I know that's what each and every one of you do as well. So I just want to point that out because, you know, kind of we're just getting started and it's just going to grow. We have a couple of legacy club directors that are not here today. We got Emily, who is in Tennessee. who hasn't started yet, but hopefully will be starting at the end of the year. And just joining us now is Laura. Laura, who hasn't got a camera, but Laura Butler is our Legacy Club Director in Dallas. So I went to speak at the Think and Grow Rich event in Dallas, and I helped Laura launch our first one over there. It was very exciting. We had a great group of people. We got loads of great new members as well over there. The quality of the people everywhere that I go is just mind blowing. So Laura, are you there? There she is.
Hi.
Hey.
I've been listening carefully, just via another computer, but just getting a chance. I was wrapping up on a meeting, so I'm just getting a chance to sign in.
Okay, perfect. Well, thank you so much for being here, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Laura Butler, the one and only, running our Legacy Club in Dallas, and I had a lot of fun when we launched it over there, Laura. We had great fun, a lot of banter.
Yes, we certainly did. Hi, Michael.
So, Laura, tell us a little bit about yourself.
So my background is human resources for over 20 years, specializing in corporate training. I lecture at about 3 or 4 universities in Jamaica, have been since 2002. I'm involved in sports management and youth development. So I work with my brother's football academy. We have 17 professional players in Europe playing with the Bundesliga and if any of you follow soccer. But Leverkusen, one of our players play for. So we're between Malta, Germany, Belgium, Austria, and Portugal. So outside of that, my primary focus is on entrepreneurship and helping people to grow their businesses. I'm also a SCORE mentor here with the SCORE is the largest resource partner for the SBA and the Chambers of Commerce in the United States. So I'm a SCORE mentor for that. And what we primarily do is help with the growth of businesses. We have a mandate to help with the growth there. It's all charity, all voluntary, that program. My background is heavily involved in a lot of charities I've formed. I'm from Jamaica. So I'm here now in Dallas 3 years. But probably out of the 3 years I've been here, maybe 8 months, because I'm between Europe and the Caribbean, primarily Jamaica, because I still go home and do quite a bit of training programs. So that's a little bit on my background. I do sign language. If any of you sign, anyone? Yes? No? Okay, well, I do a lot of work with us. Oh, good. I do a lot of work with special needs as well. So I've been working with the Special Needs Olympics for some time. And, it's involved with, a host of other entities. So my heart is in charity. I think you'll probably pick that up with a lot of work that I've done. So when Bernardo and I connected, it was just a perfect synergy, as I'm sure you can all agree. I've been listening to you all. There are lots of synergies, and no meeting happens by accident, all by design. So I'm very happy to be a part of this movement and Bernardo's work and his legacy, and helping to reach so many others. The feedback, as you all can relate, is so overwhelmingly positive, in that there's so many distractions in the world today. And when you get like minds together, focusing on positive energy, great things can come of it. So we are very much fortunate to be a part of this movement together, and it feels like a family. Haven't met you all, but you're all welcome to Dallas and Jamaica anytime you're ready. Bernardo is quite a perfectionist, which I know you'd all may have picked this up. So, he finds us Jamaicans to be a little laid back, but, we get things done. We're just a little bit more calm in our approach to things, which, he had to get a little used to. Right, Michael? But we get things done, It's not by accident that we're amongst the best in the world, the fastest man, fastest woman.
That's what she kept reminding me.
Name it.
That's what she kept reminding me, ladies and gentlemen. She keeps saying, hey, listen, the Jamaicans, we get it. We're always fast, Was I'm saying, hey, this is going to be done like
We're
this.
very efficient, very efficient. If you saw Shelly-Ann Fraser's win yesterday as well, you'd understand what I'm saying. But we're all happy. I mean, the main thing, what I like about the Best You Legacy Club is the diversity. So many people from across the world with great, with unique skills and tremendous experience and qualifications and passion. I hear passion coming out, and I think that's one of the things that connects all of us as well. So it is indeed an honor to listen to all of you and to be a part of this movement, to be able to help others and help each other as well.
Well, thank you, Laura. And you've been a phenomenal asset from the beginning. I remember the first conversations we had, we clicked it off. We were talking about the same things, the same ideas. And then, well, we literally didn't meet till we met in Dallas, the launch meeting. And I just want to point out that Laura Butler and Michael Butler are very far cousins. Okay.
Yes.
Yes. They're cousins from.
Where did he go? There you go, Michael.
But anyway, no, it's great to have you on board, Laura, and I'm very excited to launch the Best You Legacy Club in Jamaica. So I know you're going to get there. So let's just make it happen.
Certainly.
So where do you see? I mean, so I'm very excited because obviously I really believe part of our expansion, obviously globally, is going to be obviously Asia, India, but especially obviously the US, which is where I really want to focus. I mean, we have 3 legacy clubs now in California, Temecula, Calabasas and Carlsbad, but I see us having a tremendous growth also in the rest of the US, but in particular in Texas. So I'm very excited about us announcing soon a potential expo in Dallas. I'm trying to see if we can make it happen by the end of next year. It'll probably be around October, so more on that soon. But where do you see your work moving forward with the Legacy Club, and how or where we're going to take it? Sorry, Laura. Can you hear me? Can you hear me, Laura?
Yes. No. Sorry. Go again. I'm sorry.
No, I was saying is that I'm very excited about the potential opportunities and maybe confirming an expo in Dallas soon. My question is, where do you see the Legacy Club expanding in Texas?
Well, I mean, Texas is quite vast and there's great potential here. There's so many things happening in Texas now. I mean, a lot of huge corporate relocations, a lot of, inflow of young people coming in because of the, tax benefits, a host of reasons. And everything in Dallas is so much bigger, right? Everything in Texas. So we're very excited about the potential here. And certainly we're hoping that we'll be able to have the next Best You Expo here. So we're exploring venues right now. I'm hoping it will be in Dallas, preferably, but we're in negotiations now, trying to find the best venue. But people who have spoken to are very excited about it being hosted here, and certainly want to be a part of what the Best You offers. So there's tremendous growth here and opportunities. We'll have our next meeting on the 3rd, this Thursday. So, and we're looking forward to Michael. Michael is on his way back. So we will see, but there's a lot of growth and opportunities here in Texas. And Bernardo, I'm sure with your conversations, you're able to pick that up when you were here last.
Yeah, no, I did, and I know there's not a lot of, as you said, people relocating to Texas and Dallas. But I think, look, I mean, one of the beautiful things I believe has happened with us in the US is that I was saying that one of the things that I think is beautiful that's happened in the US is that they really get the Best You, and they've opened us with welcome arms, and I really see us very quickly. Because people, members, people are decided to become directors fairly quickly. So it's just great. So I wanted to. So we shared I've done a couple of polls. We've shared also on the link there on the chat. We've shared the membership, and that's for people to be able to become members or directors. Now I just wanted to throw some questions out there. Brian, Janice, Evie, any of you, anything that you would like to comment, anything that maybe I missed out?
Sorry, you were cutting out a little bit there at the end. What was your question?
I was saying that if there's anything in particular that you think I've missed out or you wanted to point out.
I I don't think so. I think I saw there that they've shared the link to for more information about the Legacy Club, about, you know, just exactly how it works and that. But I think, you know, for the amount of people that are on here, I think there's a really great opportunity for people to get involved either way, as a member or as you said, you know, there's people interested in directorship, because it's such a great opportunity to really bring a community of people together wherever you live in the world.
Well, thank you. I wanted to point out that at the Best You Expo in LA next year, the Legacy Club is going to have massive exposure. We're going to have panels. We're going to have lots of, you know, big, obviously, space related around Legacy Club. And there's some big projects in the pipeline supporting some big local charities, which are also happening. I hope we're going to get the app developed between now and then. So there's a lot of exciting things happening.
Yeah. One thing I would add just quickly, sorry, since I'm unmuted, for anybody that is on here, I know I said earlier when I was speaking about being involved with the Best You Expo over the last 3 years, if anybody that doesn't know about the expo that's on here right now, it's again, I mean, it's a massive opportunity to grow your business and to get in front of an audience. It's been just a phenomenal opportunity for our business, and we've made some incredible connections through the Best You Expo. So definitely a great opportunity.
Great, thank you. Anything else you wanted to add? Anyone?
Yes, Bernardo.
Yes.
I'd like to thank you for the opportunity, for what you've been able to create for all of us. It is really tapped into our passion and what we love to do, and also create an opportunity for us to shed more light on our business, our respective businesses. So thank you for that, and for your patience from a Jamaican, for your patience in terms of how it's all going. But really, you're doing a phenomenal job. It's growing rapidly. We're getting more and more directors involved, and the more people who hear about it just immediately gravitate towards it. So it says you're doing something great and something that's highly beneficial to so many. So thank you for that.
Thank you, Laura. Thank you. We're just getting started. We don't necessarily have all the answers yet, but you know, we're learning as we go along, and I'm just very, very excited about what we're doing. I'm very excited, I've said this before, of the caliber of all of you. I consider all of you partners, and it's only the beginning. You know, so there's so much more to come. And I know that we all feel the same thing, that, you know, when we connect with a couple of individuals and we're able to help them and inspire them or trigger something. And for me, it's been beautiful. I've been sharing my book in, you know, and these platforms, and I've seen people reading it, and I've seen people holding it. You know, it's just beautiful as well. But it is about that. We're getting just started. Anyone that is either here now or is watching the recording, you know, please get in touch. I want you to take advantage of every single one of these phenomenal chapter directors. Connect with them. You know, if you're going to be traveling to a country where we have, you know, a Legacy Club in place, show up on the meeting. You know, I remember, Hugh, I met Charlotte at your meeting. She signed up and became a member there. And I've met her in LA a couple of times, and she's attended Candice's meeting, you know, and she created a great bond with Candice. And you know, I know Brian and Janice, you know, they met Lenz and Kathleen, who aren't here today either, you know, who were launching a Legacy Club in Marbella. So, you know, kind of, I know there's these connections between you, but I want people to carry on exploring that, and I want the members to connect with other members. But listen, I want to thank you all. We've done more or less an hour and a half. Unless any of you have any other questions or anything else you would like to add, I'd like to end it here. But I want to thank you so much. And as I said, we're going to carry on. We're just getting started.
All right, thanks. And it's great to meet all of you.
You too. Bye, everyone.
Thanks, everybody.
Bye. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Bye.
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 Bye. Bye. Bye.